All right, welcome back to the Hedge with Double D.
The Hedge with Double D.
All right, I got EJ with me again. EJ, thank you for joining me. How you doing, man?
Great, man. Always, man. A pleasure. How about yourself?
Doing good. Ready to talk bowls, and I've got EJ on specifically. You can see he's got the FSU hat on. We're talking ACC. So we're gonna go through the bowls kind of conference by conference. I'm gonna try to have someone on that's kind of got a specialty expertise, whatever you want to say, is a fan of a certain conference. So EJ FSU, so he's my ACC man. So we're going to be talking the Miami Rutgers game, NC State, Kansas State, Clemson, Kentucky, and then of course Georgia FSU. So we'll start with the game that's today. There's two games today. We got Miami and Rutgers. The Rutgers are favored by 2.5. Totals at 41.5. I'm probably going to stay away from the total. Um, but like we like I said earlier, with these bowls, it's crazy. There's so many people sitting out. There's so many transfers. Um, there's a lot of teams don't have quarterbacks. Miami, Tyler Van Dyke's already transferred. He's going to Wisconsin, so we'll see if that helps Wisconsin. I don't know. I'm not that excited about it, but we'll see. He's had his ups.
Yeah, that guy, goodness grief. I mean,
Yeah.
first half Van Dyke versus second half Van Dyke is like a imposter got his
Yeah.
jersey. I don't know
Yeah.
what.
Yeah, so maybe I don't know. Maybe Luke Fickle can change him. I don't know. It's always exciting. At least Wisconsin's getting names. It's kind of exciting as a school. So, but yeah, no Van Dyke. Like you said earlier, they're getting the receiver from Clemson. I still think Miami's going to score enough to cover at that 2.5. At a for my actual bet for a little parlay for today, I'm taking it up to 3.5 for Miami as a little Miami 3.5. But I still like the 2.5. I might even take them if you're going to take them straight up on the money line. You get good odds there too. But I like Miami this game. I think they're going to score enough points. I don't think the Rutgers will score many points. They have completely fallen apart the last half of the season, and they just do not score anymore. So I'm taking Miami. Um, I trust in some of the backups, and they still have enough skill positions to put up points, I think. What do you think, EJ?
I'm this game right here. It's kind of I am very undecided. You know, um, but just because of it's hard because Miami's starting the quarterback that has not thrown a pass or attempted a pass all season. And Ja'Carri Brown, Emory Williams being out, the guy who took Van Dyke's spot, is hurt. Van Dyke out of there, like you said, to Wisconsin. So it's gonna be now. Of course, they still got Xavier Restrepo, but can Ja'Carri Brown get the ball to Xavier Restrepo? It's a question.
Yeah.
Rutgers, obviously they played very poorly the second half of the season. Although their running back, what is it, Managai, or however you say, he still steadily produced in some losing efforts. Wimstaff or Wimside, sorry, the guy quarterback, he can move, but I don't, I don't, this is gonna be a defensive battle.
Mhm.
100%. And just because of the athletes that Miami have, I think they're gonna barely be able to squeeze this one out. I think that's the case. And I remember you said the two games, actually three games, because you got Boston College coming up here soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
But of course, Castellanos, I think it's gonna be a good one. I don't know. I think, obviously he's the only person for Boston College that can do anything. So I think that's going to be SMU's game to win. Just on a short little tidbit
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. I don't think we'll get this out in time for that game, is why I said that. But if you're listening to this, maybe you can get a little live bet on SMU Boston College. So, all right. So there, all right. So we're both kind of the same thing. I think, like you said, it's the athletes. I think it's Miami just gonna have enough skill players to put it together. Um, Obviously we've seen their coach is not the best at coaching, but he's good at recruiting, and I think that'll be enough for this game, basically, just to have enough skill out there.
How long he'll keep that job?
Yeah, dude, that was that loss to Georgia Tech was like unforgivable. So I don't
Mm,
know. Yeah.
yeah, that was iffy. That was very, very questionable decision.
Yeah. Funny to laugh at if you're not a Miami fan, but that was yeah.
Oh, I love it. Was glorious.
Yeah.
Glorious. I loved it.
Yep. All right. So we're taking all right, Miami. So like I said, officially I'm taking Miami with the points, and then in my parlay, I'm bumping it up to 3.5 to kind of be safe. All right. Next game is NC State and Kansas State. This is
Ooh,
another game where a lot of transfers.
gosh.
This one's crazy amount of transfers. I know that Kansas State's going to be down like their quarterback, top receiver, two top defensive players. Um, NC State's down their main quarterback, but also they've got a quarterback that played for like half the season. So I feel like I trust that a little bit more. Basically, I trust that NC State has more left than Kansas State um, with all these transfers. So I'm going with NC State. I'm a little surprised that Kansas State was favored. So I'm kind of happy to get the points with NC State. Um, so again, I'm going to take the ACC team here and the points at +2.5. And I'm actually taking NC State straight up on the money line on that parlay that I was talking about earlier. Um, like I said, I trust NC State's backup because he used to be the starting quarterback, so he's got experience. And then Kansas State is just missing a bunch of people. So, what do you think about that?
You know, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go against the grade. I think Kansas State is gonna surprise some people. Kansas State, I think they're gonna rally back for this game to end the season. Good. And they had that. They should have took down Texas, and that would have shook things up big time. It would have been great.
Oh man, yeah,
And then they had that weird game. They dropped to Iowa State in the snow, and I'll forgive that because of the snow. It was crazy.
Mm-mm.
Um, Will Howard. Um, I mean, honestly, I don't. As far as all the quarterbacks leaving, I don't feel like his is the biggest of deals. I feel like you can put another guy there that'll be serviceable. And plus, Kansas State still has um, Jacob Parrish, playing corner, really good corner there on conference there. And so I doubt that. I know because everybody's big on what is it, KC Concepcion or whatever, but he'll be covered by Parrish. He'll have some plays, of course, but I don't think it's enough. Um, and so I know they're missing people, but also NC State is missing their heart of their defense as your boy Peyton Wilson is
Yeah,
getting for the draft, and
yeah.
that's you don't have your heartbeat of your defense. It's gonna be interesting. So that vulnerability alone is going to be interesting. So all these games are going to be pretty competitive just because of all the question marks. I
Mhm.
mean, what this bowl season is pretty much scrimmages for next year,
Yeah, it's
man.
like preseason for next year. Yeah,
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 it really is about how we're going to be, and
yeah.
yeah, we'll talk about that for sure when we get to Florida State. Good God.
Yes. No, I agree. That's why, yeah, that's why I was saying these bowls are so hard to pick with it's a whole new team basically that we haven't seen play before. Yeah. So that's why but yeah, so yeah, either the you're right, the NC State missing that linebacker, he has like it's like at least twice as many tackles as anyone else on the team. It's crazy.
I know. It's unreal, dude.
Yeah. So
But
that
when he the Narc Award winner?
I don't know. I didn't even see any of their
Yeah, I'm
awards.
pretty sure he was Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he
I was
was.
surprised, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Oh man. So yeah, so that yeah, so I can see that. Yeah, I could see Kansas State easily pulling that out with that. Just losing, like you said, the main basically your captain on defense. But I'm sticking with NC State, just like I said, a little bit more experienced quarterback, so I'll trust that. But last night I missed I was thinking Louisville would win because USC's quarterback never played, and that was wrong.
Yeah,
So
I don't know why is everything freaking out. But yeah, I know. Yeah, USC's quarterback, goodness grief, he surprised everybody.
mhm. Seriously, that was crazy. So like I said, won't be surprised if another quarterback that I haven't seen play all of a sudden throws 6 touchdowns.
I mean, yeah, I mean, goodness, I mean, like who is that guy Moss? He probably won't even start because
I don't
even
know.
somebody else going to Southern Cal,
I'm sure. Honestly, I have no idea.
somebody, or at least I know Will Howard is.
And then yeah. Well, Caleb Williams technically hadn't even, declared for the draft. He said he might even stay.
He just didn't play in the bowl game.
Exactly.
He's not staying, dude.
I'm just kidding. Dude, it is crazy though. Some not like the first pick overall, but it's totally worth if you're not going to be into like a second or third round pick. If you can make a couple million NIL, it's like, yeah, stay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah. All right, that's another story. Let's keep going. Clemson, Kentucky. I'll let you go ahead and start. I'll let you start this one since I did the other two. Clemson is favored by 4.5 or 5, depending on where you're looking. But who do you like in this game here?
He's out, and this game today, the Clemson game. What time is that game?
Oh, these are starting. These are tomorrow now.
It's tomorrow. That's what I thought. Yeah, because I was about to say I know Oklahoma is the other game tonight.
Yeah, but we're just doing the ACC.
Yeah, Clemson. Knew. I mean, yeah, I'm taking Clemson.
Okay.
I'm pretty. With Kentucky. They struggle down the stretch. But they're always Jekyll and Hyde because as long as Stoops is there, they're always going to be able to steal some games away. Now, as far as them, I don't think they have enough left to be able to compete with Clemson. I think because I don't believe their running back is playing.
Okay, then yesterday I saw that I think he was gonna play. So let me check that again.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, he is. Yeah, Ray Davis. Yeah, Ray Davis will be playing. So that's
yeah, but you never know if they're gonna like take him out at halftime or something. Yeah.
So Leary,
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah, dude. I feel like he's had like so many games with like 115 yards and like 12 completions.
Yeah. So he's but somehow he squeaked out a 23-10 touchdown to interception ratio. And he did play well in the end. So with that being said, Clemson, will still have God Almighty, it. Actually, Kentucky might win this game.
All right, the on-air switch. Well, let's hear my.
Yeah, because I mean, goodness grief, I mean, Clemson's whole defense is out. I mean,
that's what I have to hear. Yeah, that's what I have written down. Clemson's losing like all of their defense, like their top six. Yeah,
it's crazy. I mean, the front seven is going to be backups. I mean, and then you got Nate Wiggins is DB is not going to play. What's the Makuba transferred. And then Bo Collins, the leadership transferred. And so it's man, yeah, they're obviously they still got Philip Maffa and Will Shipley, but they're gonna struggle. I think Kentucky, with what Kentucky has fielding, considering most of their guys aren't leaving, and the guys that are going pro are playing, I got Kentucky. I definitely got.
All right, cool. All right, that's good. I like that you're on my. That's what I was gonna say too. I've got Kentucky. I've got them on the +5, but yeah, I like them on the money line too. Because like what you said, Clemson's losing everyone on. Not, I mean, there's at least 6 starters that are going to be out on defense. And it's all of these, all ACC players and stuff like that. So it's not just just random starters. Yeah.
Yeah, Trotter, freaking Aurora, Makuba, Wiggins. I mean, goodness grief. I mean, you got key players at every defensive position gone.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Yeah, and then like you said, Kentucky's got their running back, so I mean, maybe he doesn't play all game, but I still like Kentucky here. Last year when Clemson was out, like all their defense, they played Tennessee, and Tennessee put it to them. So I'm kind of seeing something like that happen again, where Clemson's missing all their defense. Like we said, and with Clemson this year, they were bad at the beginning and they kind of put it together at the end. So it wouldn't be surprising if they were bad for this game because it's kind of the beginning again. So
yeah.
All right. Well, that's good. Some talking it through. We like Kentucky. All right. Last game. Georgia, Florida State. I will let you take the floor here. Obviously, Florida State's missing everybody. Should have been in the playoffs. I mean, I was very much saying like, what's the point of playing a season if we're gonna, do that? So, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, this one hurts the most, obviously. It's sad, that you win, all your games undefeated in a Power Five conference, and apparently it still doesn't mean anything to the committee, because of the quarterback got hurt, and you're not the best team now, or whatever. I also hate this logic or this line of thinking of, oh well, prove that you should have been in. It doesn't matter anymore. We're playing the consolation prize, so it doesn't matter about prove it. And to be honest, there is no way. There is no way, no reality with the roster that we're fielding this Saturday that we're going to be able to win this football game.
No.
It's just not realistic to even be hopeful. Me being the most diehard of Florida State Seminoles, I mean, it's just not going to happen. I mean, we got Brock Glenn. We saw, he is definitely not ready. He's probably never going to play any meaningful snaps at Florida State because we got Luke coming in, top 5 quarterback of the nation. So, we're looking for, and then, Tate Rodemaker's leaving. I was hoping for him to play, but now, obviously he's pissed because we're dating quarterbacks in the portal. So, he's out of there. Jared Verson's out of there. At least now I will say this, Patrick Payton, obviously we paid him to come back. A lot of our defensive guys are still, going to be there, but, we're not going to have Wilson. We're not going to have Keon Coleman. We're not going to have Benson. We're not going to have Travis or Rodemaker.
Yeah.
We're not going to have, we're going to be starting, Hakeem Williams, top player in this class. Hadn't really seen much of him because we had everybody else. And then, of course, Destin Hill. So like I said, this is very much a scrimmage for Florida State football next year. Of course, we have a couple of 4 and 5 star guys. Cam Davis coming in, running back, been committed for 3 years. He'll definitely help us out. But we're gonna lose this game. There's just no way that we're gonna win. Georgia's got what now? I'm not one to get into theories, but I've heard a lot of people are saying that the SEC has paid Georgia players to not declare so they can justify the decision and make the ACC and Florida State look worse. But I don't buy into all that because we're gonna look bad anyways because none of our starters are playing. Even we're starting like a 4th string running back. Benson's gone. Your other boy transfer, Lawrence Toafili, had surgery. It is just we're playing 3rd and 4th string guys. All across the board. Other than, like I said, Patrick Payton still going out there. Lundy apparently is leaving, so that kind of sucks. Patrick Payton, like I said, I hope whatever we gave Patrick Payton was worth him getting his ass kicked. All right, because I'm glad he's staying, but it's going to be brutal, man. Unless our defense plays like we did in the ACC championship, because we did play like monsters, which I felt was enough, should have been enough to beat, to win by 10 points in the conference championship game. And for your defense, you don't have an answer at quarterback, then your defense plays lights out. Well, obviously you don't see it. So, I just, it's going to be hard, man. It's going to be hard. And that depth chart that released a day or 2 ago, it's over with, man. It's over with. I don't even want to watch this game, to be honest.
I know. Yeah, this is just disappointing. Do you think Georgia will win? You think they'll cover the 19 points?
Dude, yeah, it's gonna be. Gosh, nobody of their team is sitting out.
Yeah, I see them winning by at least 20. It's just like you said, this is just not going to be fun. It's just like like you said, it's your backup team scrimmage, but you're playing the best team in the country as your first scrimmage. So because Georgia, if you want to put the top 4 teams in the playoff, Georgia should be in the playoff. If you want to put the most deserving teams in the playoff, Florida State should be in the playoffs. If you want to get the highest ratings while not pissing people off too much, you do what you do, I guess. You put Alabama in. So it's like, yeah, it's just kind of, I don't know. I get why they did it, but it's disappointing. It makes the season seem less meaningful.
It does. And, I don't know wrong way anybody says, the college football is better when the Seminoles are good. It is more competitive. It's always, it was one of the great story programs, but it's like now, it's sad, man. It's just like we have so many people not playing.
Yeah. And if the ACC is gonna be disrespected like that, it's like, what's the point of them and staying in the ACC? And it's just like at a certain point, just make the Big Ten and the SEC the only two conferences, and
Yeah. I mean,
just turn it into the AFC and the NFC, and just make it professional. And like, it's just
because I mean, apparently, if it doesn't matter, I mean, if it doesn't matter to play in a Power Five conference and you still get screwed, then I mean, yeah, you basically just said the ACC, doesn't matter. Even though the ACC beat the SEC head to head this year, 6-4.
Mhm.
And
Florida State beat Florida and LSU, like two SEC, and LSU is a good team. Like that was a very good win, I thought. So
it was, and I know people try to say it doesn't good. A lot of people try to say, oh, it didn't look good, but it's like, man, it is LSU. I mean, and we're the only team to really shut down the Heisman Trophy winner. But honestly, I wish there was something that we could do to just forfeit. I mean, we're going to be without at least 20 players that got significant playing time. 20.
I know. It would be a good message to send to not show up, but for Florida State in general, it's like, I might as well go get some practice for these other guys for next year.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be good for the team, but it would be a cool message. Yeah.
So I'll listen. Yeah. So yeah. Here's everybody that's out. Keon Coleman with obviously, he decided to go pro yesterday, which we all knew it. So you got Keon Coleman, Johnny Wilson, Jaheim Bell, Tate Rodemaker, Trey Benson, Jared Verse, Fabian Lovett, Akeem Dent, and then obviously, and those are just the guys that are like declared till take. That's not even counting all the people that hit the transfer portal.
Oh, that's 8 starters. Yeah, geez. And then obviously quarterbacks hurt, and like all 3 quarterbacks. Yeah.
So it's like, dude, that's a lot. Like, I mean, it just is what it is. We're done. We're not gonna win this game. That's just being realistic. Anybody that says otherwise is just hopefully and wishfully thinking, we're not gonna win this game. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah. Yep. Well, on that note, hopefully it'll be a better season next year. But that is our last ACC game, so we'll wrap it up. I'll try to get this out as soon as I can, so people can listen to it before the Miami game. EJ, thank you for joining me, man. I'll try to get you on for some Falcons game later in the next couple weeks.
We'll see if we make it, man. Goodness grief.
Yeah, they better be soon, actually. Yeah.
Goodness grief. So we'll
pack. Yeah.
I appreciate you having me, man.
Of course, man. All right, man. Take it easy. Thank y'all for watching. Bet responsibly and all of that. And good luck out there. We'll see you next time.